I'm on
money
my way
to? Do
up.
you make enough money to hire your woman?
Hey, I make about 50,000 with bonuses or extra
No.
bonuses like
No,
that
you
on
don't.
top.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Okay, but if you're
it's
right
my
there
year
with me,
of
okay, you can't
self-reflection. So
you can't talk. You can't talk.
All right, like I was saying before, in a patriarchal society, my brother, and I know you're watching this video for me, not for Kevin Samuels, so you better tune into this because this point is above Kevin Samuels' understanding, my brother. So as I put my hands together and I touch my tips, listen to me as I say. It's your boy Coach MUEL. I'm official like a referee with my whistle. I'm coaching you on the rules of your game, and I'm teaching you how to win at them. Today we got another reaction. Kevin Samuels, dating tips for young men. As you know, the OG, triple OG, my dead homies, right? Shout out to my grandfather here. If you didn't know, Kevin Samuels was the original mule. And don't let that fly over your head. But let's get right into it. He is breaking down on his live stream dating tips for young men. And a lot of y'all gonna need this. This is major game. Let's do it.
And because I could keep my mouth closed,
Let's jump ball.
they're like, yeah, sure. I'll kick it with you. Then you see him later on, a year or two later, they married to some rich guy.
All right, so here, Super Chat 300 from Don May. It's been a long time. I had to get it started for Men's Week. Shout out to my EAs and tax accountants. It's grinding season, fellas. That's what I'm talking about, Don May. Hey, well, my chat don't be like that. What's up, viewer? Where my 300 at? Where my dono at, nigga?
You have to have the rental car mentality, guys. Because after 30, you can be that guy. But see, it becomes a different twist after that. When you're in your 30s, you got to realize you ain't going to be her first. You're going to be what, unless you get her when she's very young, but I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, how did he die? Do y'all know?
Why is it important
Drop it in the comments.
to not be mad at women in your 20s? Because they have the power. They're in a position of power, and it's human nature to use your advantage.
I'm tripping. My fault, y'all.
It is human nature to use your advantage. And women at that age are going to use their advantage. You can still have fun. You can kick it with them. But man, don't think you're gonna nail one down. And you would, and the thing is, it'll be stupid to try to. Even if you did nail her down, you're not gonna be happy at the main upkeep cost. It'll be like getting a Rolls Royce. Getting a Rolls Royce in your 20s may sound cool, but the upkeep costs and the maintenance. And so, and as much as guys talk about being on their purpose, being on their grind, such and so forth, one thing that tends to frustrate more men is the maintenance of their feminine companions. Because you can't make women do what you want them to do. You can't make them act how you want them to act, and you can't make them be how you want them to be. And that's what frustrates a lot of young men, and I get it, but we're modern men. And what we're gonna do is, like, modern women is a different connotation than modern men. We're gonna make modern men, modern sexy savages, contemporary men, avant-garde men, elite men. I'm gonna come up with a word that denotes modern men, but you're gonna have to accept that being a modern man is different than it was for that different time. Other men had the advantage of being able to work one job and being able to provide for an entire family. It's not the same, guys. It's simply not the same. Moderators, keep putting the link in the chat room.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same. I don't think it was ever fair. I don't think there was ever, in certain groups, that it was ever thought to be fair. Because you don't want it fair. You don't want to be, you feel me? You want to be the dominant one, the one, you know. You want the unfair advantage, the strength, what the fairness does for you and your ego. But I can't even deny this point right here. Like the maintenance and upkeep cost of something that has so much effect on your ability to be effective in life and work in whatever you want, especially with purpose and goals. As he said, like, you niggas that want to be on your purpose, it's just not worth it.
Room.
To me and to similar thought leaders. That's a real smart nigga shit.
It's not the same. So it will be better for you guys to, instead of being upset with women, understand male and female nature. I want you to do that. I don't expect you to go back to sleep. I want you to understand male and female nature. I want you to understand sexual marketplace dynamics. I want you to understand all of the tenets of everything we talk about.
Those are interesting. I never heard those words put together like that in that specific order.
Then I want you to act accordingly. Act accordingly. I was talking to a young guy today, and he's in his 20s, and his people from Belarus, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't be worried about a woman until I'm at least 35. Because you're going to need more than guys that at any other time in life. We got to just get to that point.
This is very true. Just based off of, like, all right, I'm going down to Kevin saying, I'm sorry. I do not, and I denounce all of the Kevin Samuels videos where he is really giving y'all hell and making fun of y'all for y'all weight and really giving y'all the business. Marketing is one hell of a drug, right? He doesn't have to, but to his level of where he wants to be, and I'm sure he was like a world domination type of guy, he had to rub a few people the wrong way a few times, right? Marketing is one hell of a drug. And there's no money without marketing. There's no sales without marketing. It's the blood. It's the blood of the business, right? But he has points, and he's very well, he puts them together well. And the point that I wanted to highlight here is just the fact that the overall dynamic currently with the age group that you're probably watching this video, probably a young nigga, right? And it's easier said than done. I completely agree with you. I was there. I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere. But if you are able to sacrifice just a little bit, right? A little bit of that horniness, you feel me? A little bit of the lust, and put it into something more meaningful to you and your goals during your younger years, when, like he said, the dynamics are a little bit different, right? It's just like some, and I know you know the meme. I say this meme once a day, or once every single time I watch one of these videos, because it just goes perfectly. Don't be the guy who is bitter about it, and I say the meme, I'm gonna say it again. The nigga with the books, right? I'm gonna put up on screen, I'm gonna do a little editing here. The nigga has the books, and he's talking to the girl. He's like, you trying to mess with me or some shit? And then she get pregnant, and she's walking with the thing, and he get the big bag of money. Like, that's basically what Kevin Samuels, that's the type of time he was on. I'm sure that comes from, like, whether he didn't really get the woman he wanted during his youth, or he was bitter about a relationship that didn't pan out or something, right? There's something else. There's something else there. But walk with me real quick. Let me put my arm around you. Walk with me. Now, don't be bitter. Don't allow it to come to the internet and now you talk bad about a woman and fat shame and say people are broke and this, that, and the third. Instead, just shut up and work on something bigger than you. You feel me? Like, don't use it as a motivational factor. Like, oh, I'm not getting no bitches. Oh, yeah, I'm a bro. Like, I mean, yeah, if that's how you want to talk to yourself. But honestly, you should just focus on the goal and just transition your mindset over to something a little bit more positive. Because at this current time, the person that you are, in reality, isn't someone who can maintain, like he said, something that has something or someone who, quote unquote, has the power at the time now. When it's time, and not to get Kevin Samuels on niggas, but let's get Kevin Samuels on niggas. Like, at the end of the day, men are in a patriarchal society. Nerd ad nigga. Let me get back to that.
And another thing, going out in groups.
All right, like I was saying before, in a patriarchal society, my brother, and I know you're watching this video for me, not for Kevin Samuels, so you better tune into this because this point is above Kevin Samuels' understanding, my brother. So as I put my hands together and I touch my tips, listen to me as I say, in a patriarchal society, my brother, in theory, a man is the one who is scientifically and egotistically, and financially, and admittedly the one who is supposed to request the marriage, okay, in a patriarchal society. Now, with that being said, to Kevin Samuels' point here, what he is saying is, once it is time for marriage and you have more leverage in the situation as the woman, and to Kevin Samuels' point, as her worth, and when I set my hands apart, I want y'all to realize that this is not my own viewpoints, just the viewpoints of the video that we are watching. These viewpoints do not represent MUEL in any way. I will sue you if you allow these viewpoints to represent your viewpoint of me. So, to his point here, that as men progress throughout their years, that they become more valuable in the dating sense. Yes, because now that it is time to get married, and quote unquote, as the woman is starting to change, right? As she's becoming more, as she's having children now, or as she's going through traumas, as we all are, man, woman, child, as, you know, different relationships happen, different heartbreaks, and this and that affect that marriage and affect that relationship. Then he now believes, and my hands are still together, that the man has the power. In reality, some of those things still hold true, but that's if you're someone who believes in that type of thing, right? I probably lost a lot of you there because y'all niggas not as smart as me, but let me dumb you down to a nigga that could talk to you like.
I'm not really a big fan on going out with groups of men, yes, but you also, let me also give you guys another piece of advice. Becoming friends with women in college, beautiful women, to listen to how they think. This is where volunteering yourself for the friend zone to key women removes sex from the table and opens women up to telling you the truth. Once you hear how women really tend to think from their friend zone perspective, it'll change your game. It'll change your idea on a lot of different things.
That's very true. I hope y'all don't find yourself in those situations or some like gay best friend type time.
I'm bringing people in one at a time.
But maybe that's something that's a part of growth for a lot of young men, like actually having valuable and non-sexual relationships with women and girls your age.
Now, when I say volunteer to be in the friend zone, I mean that. Volunteer to be in the friend zone.
But honestly, like, I'm a different type of nigga.
Don't try to get your...
Like, growing up, like, I don't want you around me. Like, my mindset was different. I know y'all niggas had that same mindset. Like, any girl, you like, and it's just like human nature. You feel me? Like, you got a little best friend. Either nigga you scared or, and honestly, this is the real dating advice that I'm gonna give. Everything was also dating advice prior, but that was more just, that was more of an advanced viewpoint. Let me bring it back down to where you guys are at right now. Most likely my one viewer in the chat. What do you say? Fat. Hold on. He said, facts, I'm a young nigga. I got a crush on this girl in my class. All right, look, I got you, bro. So, yeah, like, where you at right now? Basically still having crushes. I get it, bro. We all been there, you know. But the reason why it's a crush and why you are stuck in a place of limbo, which is truly what a crush is either for some reason you're not communicating your feelings to this person, or whether that be you're scared, whether that be lack of confidence, lack of self-belief, lack of trust, or you just niggas love this one. I don't want to lose the friendship, or vice versa. I don't want to lose the friendship. Like, I still want you to be there for me. Like, I don't want to ruin it. Like, nigga, ruin it. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose if you're living a lie? Nigga, you're not her actual friend. You trying to fuck. Nigga, you're trying to fuck. Stop lying. At least if you're honest about it, you feel me? And you present it in such a way that maybe she can also have space to put her 1-2 in there. You present it in a way that's more of a not so abrasive. Maybe more of a way that makes her also want to, be a part of that, or, and hopefully, my nigga. But to my point, like, the reason why niggas get stuck in places like he's about to say, in these friend zones, in these relationships with women, and if in your mind truly, like, wholly, that you're doing it just for a bond and not for a ploy to get some sits, that you'll find your place in this, like, in-between zone where you don't want to do it, but you want to do it, but you don't know how, and you'll stay there forever as long as you don't confront your feelings, and as long as you don't vocalize those and communicate it. So to my young man in the chat, he said, facts, I'm a young nigga, I got a crush on this girl, bro. Just tell her and take it from there. Whatever she say, just take it from there. You feel me? Because she'll either tell you why you not the one, or she might be fucking with you too, bro. But you'll never know as long as you don't have the confidence. Look, I'm gonna reach my hand out to you, and I'm gonna say, young brother, link in the bio. Got you.
Way out.
Patreon exclusive.
You're spying. You're a double agent.
that's what a lot of you niggas is. Like, y'all niggas be double agents for real. Like, y'all really y'all living lies, and when you go home after you after hanging out with your crush and just, like, beat your dick and, like, do weird shit behind closed doors. Like, honestly, what if she wanted to do that for you, bro, but you just so scared? Like, you niggas is not horny enough.
Unmute yourself. Alex. Austin. You muted yourself. I didn't mute you. Oh.
It makes about silly ass nigga, boy. Let's get below forward. That's what I want to say.
Like, I've been watching a lot of your stuff lately, and like watching
what? Kevin Samuels got a fan base, diverse fan base.
How they're like, they want these traditional values, or modern, like, tradition and modern values. Like, how do you sort through that and find somebody that is like,
so he goes modern, but what really he's saying is just a new word for traditional,
like, aligns with, like, what you're looking for?
It's like when they say Adderall, but it's really methamphetamine type deal.
What's your question? How do you find a good woman?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, how do you find
here's what I want. Here's what I want from you guys. The watching my videos and all that other preamble, guys, please cut that part out. I don't need to know the backstory. Just get to the question. The question is,
you be dicking niggas, and that's just platform ego shit.
How do you find a woman that aligns with your values? For what outcome?
Marriage, long term, like, just somebody, because I'm trying to build myself.
Hold on. I'm talking to the guys 18 to 29. You're in a different phase. So.
Oh, sorry.
But I'll answer the question. Are you in a position to have your wife quit?
What, quit her job?
Yes.
Take care of somebody? I think so. I mean, I'm not.
Do you make enough money? Do you make enough money to hire your woman?
I make about like 50,000 with bonuses or extra
No,
bonuses?
no,
that
you
on
don't.
top?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Right.
Who signs up to be publicly humiliated? Like, at least let me kindly let y'all down in private, but like, it's just so embarrassing. This is like some cuck shit.
That's just the reality. You don't make enough to hire your woman.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, no, not really.
No, I mean that's fine. Like I'm getting there, but
so if I told you where to go find them, and
Right.
you're not ready for them. But this is perfect what I mean. So Austin, you're kind of where I was saying. Why spend any time thinking about a wife if you're not in a position to hire her? Knowing what modern women are.
I do. I agree with that because like.
All right. But if you agree with it, really agreed with it, why would you even ask the question?
I mean, maybe it's just because I'm just like, I am working hard at getting like furthering my career, and I'm just tired of being like.
No. It's because men today are romantics. And you want love and consistent sex and somebody to rub your stomach, and you're not there yet, my friend.
I mean, that's harsh reality, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it for sure.
I know. So this is 2020. 2022 is about self-awareness. Don't lie to yourself.
Hey man, I'm right there with you.
Okay, but if you're right there with me, okay, you can't talk. If you're right there with me, then understand, you're a modern man. You know what the dating environment is like.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if you can't, you put yourself in the position. This is why I'm going to talk about marriage. I would not be worried about marriage. Make this clear. I would not be worried. I would not be concerned with trying to be married, guys, unless I can employ my woman. Maximum leverage.
Why do we have to leverage love, though, Kevin? It's what it is. What it is, but I think that's just another harsh reality of marriage, traditional marriage. Honestly, it's like it's a leverage game. Like, I do this, you do that. Marriage, and honestly, another topic. I'm sure if you go search deep enough, there'll be a topic. Kevin Samuels' video, "Marriage is a Business," and if he ain't make it, I'll make it. Fuck it. But
so you're not in that position, my friend. So no guy is in your financial position. So at best, you'd be looking for some sort of wife who was a partner, 50-50 or whatever. And that's fraught with all kind of different issues that I really don't try to address. It exists for most people, but that's not the focus of my content. But I wanted to answer your question. At 33, are you working 60 hours a week that you're getting paid for each hour?
No, I'm working. I mean, I have a salary, but I work.
You working 40 hours a week in your job?
More, for sure.
All right. Well, see, one of the things I say is, where's your part-time job? Are you working 60 hours a week?
Oh, I travel a lot for work, so I can't really have a steady job where I live.
Okay.
Like I work remote and travel.
Well,
a lot.
unfortunately, I'm gonna just be honest. Unfortunately, if you're working over 40 hours a week and you're making $50,000, you need to go become more valuable.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a new position. I've had this job for 2 months.
No, I don't care about the position. I care that you're 33 and you're making $50,000 a year.
Yeah. I'm not college educated, so like I kind of.
I don't care. Okay. But see, this is when you got.
Yeah, tell him. Stop negotiating, nigga. You paid him. I'm sure 100% he paid to be on here and get shitted on. You paid to come on and get told what to do, and then when you get told what to do, you don't listen. What is the point of wasting your money? Just to be heard? Honestly, that's what a lot of y'all niggas want, to be heard by your favorite creators, be heard by your... And I hear you out. I hear you out, my brother, for for a pretty penny. Look, you know how much it costs to get heard out in the MUEL community, my brother. Kevin Samuels rates. Better recognize.
I start to, okay, Austin.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're college educated or not. The fact of the matter is you want a wife and you can't afford to pay for a wife and kids on your own. I can't change the environment or the culture. Neither can you, right?
Right.
If you can't afford to buy something, it doesn't matter how much you want it. You either go do what it takes to acquire the money or you buy something else.
But this is something that's important right here. And while I'm always like, you know, harsh reality, it's either...
No matter how much you want it. You either go do what it you, right? And you can't afford to pay for a wife and kids on your own. I can't change the environment or the culture. Neither can you, right?
It's right there. The acceptance that you alone cannot change it. Yeah, if you want to start a cult or you want to do this and this and that, yeah, you can maybe make a little bit more shift and a little bit more noise. But by yourself, you cannot change. You know, you cannot change it. You cannot change the way it is. So it's either you're going to accept it or you're going to reject it and find a way, like take action on that. You know, me personally, I'm an acceptor. I don't know about you. I make change within accepting, within the exception, and not the exception, my brother. The exception with the A.
If you can't afford to buy something, it doesn't matter how much you want it. You either go do what it takes to acquire the money or you buy something else. And this is why I tell guys, you're still, a lot of guys are still wanting wives on 1950s terms. You're not in a position to have a modern wife or modern times. You can have a rental woman, a girlfriend, but that's short term. Children don't come from that. So if you're not college educated, fine. Whatever it is, I'm not going to concern myself with what you do, but whatever it is in this world, men get compensated by our competence.
Right.
Go become more competent if you want to take on the responsibility of these good women and such and so forth. Because you got to ask yourself, listen, you got to ask yourself a question. If Bob and David raised their daughter to be the kind of woman you're talking about, right?
Right.
Would those men want their daughter to go to you or to the guy standing next to you who had a similar core values and things like that, and he was making double what you were making?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course they're going to go with the more secure.
Right? So it has nothing to do with her. You're looking at women that you want, and they're going to have fathers who are going to want her to be in the most secure position, go to the highest bidder. This is why I say, guys, if you're not in a position to control the environment, your wife, such and so forth, and you want long-term relationship and a marriage, look at what's happening in this country right now. It's not a good look. So I really wouldn't be worrying about it at this point is my answer for you. You don't make it.
Mostly, like, I wasn't really thinking of marriage.
And it's not even just about them making enough. It's everything else that stems from his quote unquote lack or what he thinks he lacks. It's really the excuses and what that does for him across the board. It's just Kevin Samuels uses the very specific examples that really like, oh, I really hurt y'all niggas' stomachs. Like, oh, I'm broke. I ain't got no bitches. Like shit like that really get y'all going, because that's the main things that niggas care about, you know? And this is where religion really comes in and separates the those from the, you know what I mean? Separates those guys from not those guys, is because it upholds a different set of values. Yes, there is some mixed in, but based on that, you know. And if you mix the two together, you get super niggas, like me.
Until like I started listening to your podcast or your show and everything, it's because it's like the way you put it is like to be more successful in your career.
Well,
you
but
really
the
need
thing
some
is,
strong
but the thing
mind,
is,
right?
one comes before the other. You don't. Wives are costs, man.
Yeah.
You don't just get married. You know, I get what you're saying, but
Right.
what I think what you're saying is a wife will help me become more successful in my career.
There's an episode I was watching, and you said like,
well,
you know,
I mean, and I need to get to
hair,
somebody else
cut
too,
it.
but
You be dicking him.
yeah and
Yeah.
no, but you, and that's the problem. This is why you didn't start off strong enough.
Is this a debate? Can I get in him with him?
To where at
Yeah.
33 you should already be moving up the path, because the guys I'm talking about are earning more.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I
Okay.
understand. I play my cards different in my life, but I'm
Well,
trying
I mean,
to get there.
and it is what it
Appreciate
is, but I'm just.
Look, last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with.
in my life, but I'm
Well, I
trying
mean,
to get there.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. At least be on the way to actually doing it, not trying, and maybe on the way of doing it and not trying. Maybe something will come across your way. You know, maybe someone will fall in love with your potential.